Dude, what the fuck? I mean, I would love to know if this is working, but I guess we'll never know. This is unreal how difficult this is this time. Alright, let me see if this is gonna work. I'm so annoyed right now. No idea. Yeah, no idea. Yeah. Alright, hold up. Action dice, thank God, dude. I'm so excited to hear that. Literally could not care less. Where? I mean, I don't know, is the volume good? Like, what are we doing? I think the volume's good. I don't know. Someone let me know. I mean, someone let me know about the volume. Y'all get the chance. You are gonna go. Oh, did not mean to do that. Chat. Bro. Dude, what? This is such a pain. I don't know what's going on, guys. Alright. Middle in the chat. I think we're good now. I don't really know, so. This is very, very new to me. I like going live, but it's new. Let me know if the volume's good. Hit me with some questions. I think I got the chat up. I think volume seems okay. I think there's a little echo when you talk louder. Yeah, could be. Alright. Wait a little bit. Yeah, there's an echo. Damn. Hold up. Is that better? Probably not, right? Oh wait, I think I know what might be wrong. Hold up. Alright, that might be better. I don't know. I'm trying to use my laptop mic, but I don't know why it's not working. I guess it's working, but that's what's probably causing the echo. I don't know what else it would be. Maybe this room. This room's not great. Alright. Oh, what was that bad do? Alright, hold on. Let me try this. Doing audio. Overcooked. Oh wait, never mind. Oh, hold up. I think I fixed it. Hello? Hello? Does that sound better? Someone let me know. I think I think we're good now. If we're not, then I don't know. I'm gonna have to chat GPT it or something. But yeah, let me know. I think we're straight though. I had two mics running. What the fuck? Not working? Damn. Alright, hold up. I mean, this is just. This is why I don't stream. That's why I just make videos. This is a pain. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to fix it. Oh. Wait. Hold on. Wait, no, no, never mind. I mean, doubtful, but. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait, hold up, hold up, hold up. I just realized something. Alright, this is the last gasp. If not, then I don't know what to do. We'll just talk some hoops. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe it's a little better. Maybe I don't know. All right. Well, I think we'll rock and roll because I don't really know what's going. I don't know. So hopefully it doesn't. It's better than nothing. Might as well just start. Yeah. I mean, we're not gonna be here too long anyway. We're just gonna be talking conference tournaments, and then obviously, um, Duke's injuries as well because we got the news today. Caleb Foster almost definitely done for the year. It's kind of back. Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk as I'm trying to fix it. I can multitask, but yeah, I mean, yeah, we saw Caleb Foster. He's out the year probably. I mean, he got surgery. I couldn't imagine he's coming back even if they make the Final Four. Like that would be insane. Um, yeah, I Patrick Gungba is. I think they said he's just gonna miss the ACC tournament, but like that could mean more than that, you know. Um. Oh wait, hold on. This could be. Yeah, I could do that. Black man in a sweet noisy one. Let me try this. Yeah. Well, if Patrick Gungba is if he's out and Caleb Foster's out, then Duke's low-key cooked. Like, I think it's, I don't know. I think it's pretty simple. They, I don't know. The thing is, in my video from last week when I was, yeah, like they said, don't officially roll them out, but, like, man, I don't know. Surgery on your foot? Surgery on your foot is like, that's, I couldn't imagine he's back in, what is it? 3.5 weeks, like that would be crazy. But I guess like anything's possible, right? But damn, that would be insane. Let me see if I can plug this baby in. All right, click. All right. My last hope at fixing this echo. If not, we'll just have to deal with it. But yeah, TCU's in. Yeah, TCU's in. Auburn somehow might get in. Joe Lunardi has them as his last team in, I think, which is just ludicrous. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's like, okay, if you're gonna let Auburn in the tournament, then this is what these teams are gonna do from now on. They're just gonna schedule as tough a schedule as they can possibly find, and if you go 500 of the whole year, you'll get in. Which is like, oh, I fixed it. Oh my god, thank God. All right, cool. That's nice. All right. All I had to do was plug headphones in. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk? All right, so yeah, TCU, they should be in. I think 100%. New Mexico close. Like again, I think they're gonna need a little bit of help from the rest of the bubble. Did you say Indiana? No, Indiana's cooked though. They're unless like they go on a stupid run in the Big Ten tournament, which I don't think is gonna happen. Auburn somehow might get in, which I think is like the dumbest thing of all time. San Diego State, another kind of like New Mexico. Like I don't think they will. I don't know. Down year for the Mountain West. Who else we got? Cincinnati. I wish they were in because they're like Cham is like Mustafa Cham. I think is just like they're using him like perfectly now. Obviously Baba Miller too. Jizzle James coming back like midway through the year might have been a spark plug for them. But they're like legit, like they're actually like a good team that, you know who else has been playing well? Florida State, who could make some noise in the ACC tournament. They would match up with Duke in like the second round, actually. Not second, but like third. Their second game. Oh, yeah. Hopefully we get some bid stealers. What else? TCU, yeah, I think they're in. Stanford, yeah, they just lost to Pitt. That's why this stream got pushed back a bit. I was watching that game and it took forever to end. But Yeah, Stanford, I mean, they're just not, they weren't very good. Like, their record is a lot better than, what were they, 21-12 going into this game? Or 21-10 or something like that. But they just, like, they barely beat anyone. Their best win was UNC, right? Yeah, they just lost to Pitt. So, I don't know. Let's talk some conference tournaments. Since we're talking about Stanford in the Pitt game, I Okay, yeah, we'll start off with the ACC tournament. I mean, I don't know who I like for the ACC tournament. I guess like Florida State's like a cool pick. I mean, if Florida State somehow gets by Duke, they have a shot. Yeah, like 100%, and they've been playing really well. Robert McRae's a beast. I don't know. I kind of like Miami too, as like I think they're the 3 seed. Syracuse, I saw like if you put $10 on them to win the ACC tournament, you win 8,000 on DraftKings, which is ridiculous that's even a thing. I mean, now that I say that, they're actually playing SMU right now. Let me check that score. They're probably getting smoked. Oh, down 1. All right. Wow, Maryland's smoking Oregon. Not great. All right. What seed is Miami, Ohio? I think they'll give them a 10 if they lose 8-9 game with a win. I think they should get a 7. Yeah, it's funny because someone brought it up. Like if this happened early 2010s or late 2000s, Miami of Ohio would be like a 5 or 6 seed. And now they're a bubble team because all anyone cares about these days is analytics and metrics and all that. Which, like, okay, I guess that's fair enough. But look, I think they'll get. What do I think they're going to get? I don't know. I think they'll get a 10. I think that feels right. And I think, man, if they get a 10, I don't know. I don't see them win. I just eventually they got to lose, right? Like, I do think they're in though, whether they win the MAC or not. So I think that they are. I think they're a not. I don't know. I think they're in the 8-9 if they win the MAC tournament. I think if they lose, depending on when they lose, they'll be a 10 or an 11. I do think Akron's going to win that tournament, though. Akron's really good. And a 2-bid MAC would be sweet. So I guess we could root for that. Yeah, I mean, they deserve to be in. If for some reason they don't win their conference tournament and they don't get in the tournament, then we need to riot. We need to go after Bruce Pearl. We need to go after the selection committee, go after Lenardi, go after these bracketologists, because that would just be, we'd be losing the plot. They're like, what are they, 30-0, 31-0? Like, come on, that's cool. So, yeah, all right. Let's go back to the ACC tournament. I will pick, if it was life or death, give me the Duke Blue Devils. If it was like a sneaky pick, give me like Virginia. Like they don't match up terribly with Duke. I know they got killed by them at Cameron Indoor last Saturday, but not awful. What do we got? All right, hold up. Let me see if I could. All right. See if I could share my screen. That would be cool. Nope. All right. Never mind. Okay. Well, let me look at this. Because they have, I think DraftKings provides, like, conference tournament futures, I believe, right? Oh, now I said that Syracuse is down 6. That's not great. Where's this? Team futures. All right. Conference tournament winner. The Atlantic 10 is an interesting one also, because there could be a bid stealer there. Like, St. Louis is obviously in the tournament, without a doubt. But, I mean, Dayton could win that. I think VCU is going to be in also. Like, definitely. Maybe not definitely, but I think VCU is going to be in. So, if, like, Dayton could win that, or, like, George Mason, get a 3-bid A10. Same amount as the Big East. That would be sad for the Big East. Duke is kind of going through what they went through last year in the ACC. Yeah, Flag got hurt last year. They're a 1 seed no matter what. No matter what. They could lose to the winner of the Cal Florida State game. They're still a 1 seed. Yeah, people forget that Flag got hurt last year in the ACC tournament, and that didn't really matter. I mean, obviously they still did just fine. Could the A10 get 3 bids? Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think St. Louis and VCU they're in. VCU not as much, but I think they will get in. And then you need a bid stealer. They're not going to get, like, if St. Louis wins the conference tournament or VCU does, I don't think they're getting 3. Like, almost definitely not. Okay. What do we got? Damn. Oh, they took, like, all of it. Whatever. The MAC. So Akron's favorite to win the MAC. They're minus money, which is crazy. Florida's a massive favorite to win the SEC tournament, which is kind of by no surprise. Like, they've just been rolling everyone, which is scary for the rest of the country. I mean, I guess good thing for fans of like Arizona and Michigan and Duke that they are now going to be a 1 seed, that you won't run into them until the Final Four if they get there, because originally it looked like they were going to be a very, very, very scary 2 seed, which obviously, I don't think any of those 1 seeds wanted to see Florida in the Elite Eight, especially Arizona fans who have not been to the Final Four. I picked Duke for the ACC tournament. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take Duke. Just they're like, look, I said I think this is Arizona's year, or I think they're best built because of their guards. And in that case, I said, because Caleb Foster, has he had a great year? Has he impressed me? Yeah. Do I think he's like super, super impactful? No. So that's why, like, I don't think Caden Boozer would be like that much of a step down. I think they'll be just fine. Like, Isaiah Evans will handle the ball more on the perimeter. To win the ACC, like, if Patrick Gumbo were to be out in like the round of 32, that changes everything. Everything. So, look, they still got Cam, they still got Dame, Nick, Caden, Isaiah. Like, they have a squad, but they're not going to be as bulletproof as I think people thought they would be going into the tournament. So, yeah, bear down. Yeah, I mean, look, this has to be the year. You've seen. Look, I got the almost Caleb Love. Yeah, no, this has to be the year they make it at least back to the Elite Eight, because it's been too long. It has been. They've paid their dues. They have, I don't know why is this. The fact that they haven't been to an Elite Eight since 2015 with the teams they've had is so insane. It's so insane. Like, the Lauri Markkanen, Alonzo Trier team that lost to Xavier in the Sweet 16. I don't know how that team didn't get to the Elite Eight. And then the team that lost to Buffalo the next year with DeAndre and Alonzo Trier, who else? Raleigh Alkins, Brandon Randolph might have been on that team. Parker Jackson Cartwright. That team, that was a 4th seed that was really, really good. So, I don't know. Arizona, if they don't make it back to the Elite Eight this year, I don't think they ever will. Could Santa Clara over Gonzaga tonight? Santa Clara is coming off one of their biggest wins in school history, plus Gonzaga's game versus Oregon State was a bit closer than they would have wanted last night. Yeah. I could definitely see Santa Clara winning. Let me check the spread for that game. I'm kind of curious. I have not looked at all. I think Santa Clara's in, though, honestly. I think at this point, they are safely in the... Wow, Gonzaga's favored by 8.5. If I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would take Santa Clara's points there, because I don't think Gonzaga's that good. And if I were an Arizona fan, Jack, I would be foaming at the mouth to get Gonzaga as my 3 or 4 seed in the West. But yeah, Santa Clara, I think we're going to see them dancing, which I don't think they've done in like 30 years, which is insane with all the talent that's gone through there. Yeah. The Pac-12 was weak, and I mean, look, you saw it when they lost to Princeton in the first round. Like, first of all, I don't know how that team even got as high as a 2 seed, because I think they had like 8 or 9 losses that year. Maybe not. I don't know. But like, that team just wasn't that good. You even look back at like KenPom and net rankings, like they weren't even in the top 10. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a whole different ball game now when you're playing in the Big 12 and a day in and day out you're playing against these, juggernauts, Kansas, Texas Tech, Houston, Iowa State, BYU. So it definitely helps. It was long past due. The Pac-12 coming back. Pac-12's coming back. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. The thing is, I hear what you're saying. You don't want to see Mark Few. With that being said, um, Gonzaga is just not that good. Like, if Braden Huff isn't playing, they're just not very good. So, look, I think you much rather see them versus like a Kansas, even though they've played Kansas twice. Yeah. Who are the other? Virginia is probably gonna be a 3, maybe Texas Tech. Who are the 4-2s again? Houston, Michigan State, UConn, Illinois. So Iowa State, obviously you handled your business against Iowa State, but do you really want to see? I don't know. It's a good point. He'll know all of Tommy Lloyd's tricks, so gotta be careful for that. How do we do this? Can I? Yeah. All right. Let's see if this is working. Let's see if I can bring this baby over here. Nope. All right. Well, okay. So let's look at these conference tournaments. Where'd it go? Is that working? Yeah, I think that's working, right? You guys can see that? Let me know if you could see my screen. There you go. Yeah, I'm tired. I am tired. All right. So we look over at the futures. Take a quick look. I think these lines are so ludicrous to make the Final Four. It's worse on FanDuel. Hold on, let me pull up FanDuel. It's so bad. Look at this. To make the Final Four, minus 210? That's a joke. What? I mean, I don't get that at all. I just don't if you're gonna put Michigan at minus 210 to win, or not to win, to make it to the Final Four, you gotta offer an option for them not to make the Final Four. Minus 210 before March Madness is insane. I guess that goes to show who they think the clear and away best team is. Obviously, Duke's minus 185 as well, and then Arizona's also, and Florida's favored as well. Jesus. I really hope we don't get 4-1 seeds again. That would suck. I just want to see some madness. That's what they call it, right? March Madness. Get all 1 seeds. Brutal. I guess it's kind of the same over here, except Duke. So DraftKings thinks Duke has a better chance. That's insane. That Michigan on DraftKings is minus 160, but Michigan's minus 160 on DraftKings, while on FanDuel they're minus 210. That's a very, very, very big discrepancy. I guess whatever, dealer's choice. Let's look at some sleeper picks. A popular one I've seen is Arkansas at plus 1100. I don't hate that. I just don't love it. Can they win? They can win 4 straight games for sure. Can they win? Ugh. Jeez, I'm tired. Can they win 6 straight games? I don't. Definitely not, actually. So they're not winning a championship. They could definitely make the Final Four. I don't hate Purdue. If they just get a good draw. I hate UConn. You couldn't. If you gave me plus 2,000 on UConn, UConn, I don't think I would take it. Um, find like a really sneaky one. I kind of like UCLA, 60-1. Is that crazy? I guess that's kind of crazy. They did it a couple. No, that was not. That was like 5 years ago. Now I actually had them. I bet on them to beat Michigan in the Elite Eight, which they did as like a massive, massive underdog. And then in the Final Four against Gonzaga, I had them at like plus 1,000. They were massive underdogs to Gonzaga. That Gonzaga team that's like one of the best of all time. I had UCLA money line to win that. I'm in like high school, and like I had like I think I had like $40 on it to win like 400, which was like an insane amount of money to me at the time. Like, or no, I was in high school. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, let's call it a hypothetical bet, because I definitely did not place that bet when I was in high school. And yeah, Jalen Suggs hit like that half court shot to win and just put a dagger in my heart. That hurt, but I think UCLA is a sneaky team. A very popular pick will be Wisconsin this year for sure. And it makes sense. Excuse me, with their 3-point shooting, if they just get hot for 4 straight games, kind of like NC State did a couple of years ago, that wasn't just 3-point shooting, but that definitely played a part in it. One team I definitely will not take is Utah State. I don't think they're very good. Definitely could not pay me to take Villanova or Clemson, VCU. Texas, I don't hate. They have a lot of talent. Volca Titus down low. Dalen Swain's going to play himself into being like a top 20 pick, I think. And is Sean Miller going to coach a team to the Final Four? Probably not, if we're being honest. So, Miami, Florida, not Ohio. I don't know why. I like love their team. Let's get out of this. Yeah, I like it, but do I think they're gonna make the Final Four? No. Do I think they can win do I think they can like I don't know, they'll probably be an 8 or 9, but if they're in the 7-10 pod, I think they can definitely beat a 2 seed depending on matchup. New Pac-12 is going to be pretty good. Gonzaga, San Diego State, Utah State, Boise State, Colorado State. But no. I mean, that's going to be like a legit league. It'll just be like, obviously, like a better version of the Mountain West, but they'll probably be kind of similar to the Big East. So it's very good. Another one that's like past due. Long overdue. Arkansas can't match up against big, strong physical teams like Florida and Houston, who they both lost to. Yeah, it's weird because Trevon Brazile is actually really good. He's just kind of soft. Malik Ewan, Nick Pringle just like doesn't even play that much. So yeah, it's like you would need Arkansas to just get like super super hot. I guess that's like Malik Thomas would just have to go insane. Is Carter Knox even like playing? Is he hurt still? Can anyone let me know on that? I remember, like, he was starting earlier in the year, and I know so was Deej. I don't know why I just call it DJ Wagner. Is he hurt still? Yeah, like, I don't know. If he's not, like, he low-key hasn't been playing for a while. But, yeah, I mean, it's funny because they're going to be a really popular pick because of Darius Aikoff. Like, how you can't really bet against Darius Aikoff. So I don't know. I'm probably going to take Arkansas to win a couple games. They'll be, a 5 seed? I don't want to see them in the second round if I'm a 1 seed. But, like, they would just get, like, if they played, like, Michigan, I guess any of the 1 seeds, they all have great front courts. Yeah, Yeah, Carter, he played 1 game. Man. All right, I mean, he might be on his way back. Oh, he had surgery? What the hell? Damn. All right. Well, free Carter Knox. That sucks. He might be back, though. We'll see. We shall see. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I guess the West region's looking like it's going to be pretty weak. I mean, it depends. I've been seeing some bracketology with Michigan State as the 2 and Purdue as the 3, and then Gonzaga as the 4, which is just like, that kind of feels like a dream for Arizona. Call me crazy, but I know it's like you're facing up against some legendary coaches there, but I know. I think the 2 seed you'd want to face the most is UConn, but you definitely don't want to see Houston, which they won't. And you definitely don't want to see Illinois, just because. Do they have a pretty low floor? Yeah, but they have a very, very high ceiling. They have a lot of offensive firepower. We've seen it all year. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's crazy how much it gets cut down. Like, you go from 64 to 30, and then the Elite Eight sounds great, and you really weren't, like, if you lose in the Elite Eight, you weren't as close to a national championship as you think. That's a good point. That's a great, great point. Yeah, I'm hyped for this bracket to come out. I'm ready. I've been ready. I want to make my bracket. This is my favorite time of the year. I remember just high school. I was telling my mom about it the other day. I think it was when Baylor lost to Yale, the Torian Prince, when he was like, you went up and they grabbed it more. Like that thing. And I skipped school. I told my mom I was sick. She knew I was not sick, but what's she going to say? Go to school during March Madness? No, she can't. She knew what it was about. Now, I don't need to worry about that because I am in college, so if I want to skip class, I don't got to ask my mom. I'll just do it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm on spring break right now, actually. So, I feel super unemployed, super unscholarly. Just, doing this stuff all day. We're going to be streaming a lot next week, hopefully. A lot of videos, a lot of streams. I'm going to get my bracket out quick Sunday night, too. Do it quick. Arkansas versus 4-5 seed is going to be a great game. They're going to get destroyed by 1. Yeah, I agree. I think, and they'll be a really popular pick to take down 1 seeds, just because they have Darius Acuff, who, is obviously undeniably awesome. But yeah, hopefully, let's think. If they're a 5 seed, they could end up playing, Arkansas, Kansas. That'd be a rematch from 2 years ago? 3 years ago now. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Like that Grady Dick, Jalen Wilson team. That wasn't very good. But I think they got a 1 seed. Right? And Arkansas beat them, and, Musselman got shirtless. I think, right? Jesus, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, Arkansas, if they make it to the Sweet 16, they'll probably get smoked. But it's also, it's Calipari in March. I mean, his guys, I don't know. I say it's Calipari in March, but he lost to Oakland. He lost to St. Peter's. But, look, he might have the best guard he's ever had in Acuff, which is crazy, but it's true. It is true. I'm trying something new, but that's why I was having trouble with the stream. I used my phone last time to record, but now I'm using a camera, so that's why I'm hoping the quality's good. But yeah, that's why I had some issues in the beginning. I think it's all good now. Unless you guys are just being nice to me. You felt bad that I was having so many issues. That could be. I wouldn't blame you. That was probably so annoying. Alright. Let's talk about the Big Ten tournament. Because people are complaining that Purdue has a godly draw. They're going to play, Indiana, Nebraska. Let me pull it up instead of trying to memorize it. Arkansas and Kansas will play in 3 of... Yeah, that's insane. I think Kansas fans are scarred, but... Big Ten tournament. Whoops. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Maryland's winning 33-12. I was saying that in my video yesterday. Maryland's going to be a lot better. They're not as far away as people think. As long as they retain a few players and get some nice transfer pickups, they will be A-okay next year. Also, Jack. Caleb Holt. That's a big pickup. I don't know too much about his game, but it's the second highest ranked recruit Arizona's ever gone behind DeAndre Ayton. All right, let's take a look at this. Maryland, Oregon playing right now, Penn State, Northwestern. Yeah, I mean, look, so Purdue's going to play the winner. Purdue's probably going to play Indiana. And then if they win, they play Nebraska. And then if they win, they probably play Michigan State? Wait. What? Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, so, I mean, that's not the worst draw you could have. Like, they've beat Nebraska. They lost to Michigan State, but are they going to lose twice to them in 2 weeks? We'll see. With the way they've been playing, possibly. UCLA is a sneaky team. I mean, UCLA, they'll probably end up playing Minnesota and then Michigan State. I could see them beating Michigan State on a neutral floor. UCLA's been playing a lot better. But Mick Cronin's a clown, so I don't know. I'm not going to pick UCLA. I don't hate Purdue to make a little run here. Oh my God, the Big Ten. I love the Big Ten. I don't think they're like even as good as people think, but just like I love watching so many of these teams and so many of these players. Just can't complain. Yeah, I feel like Holt's gonna just take the Braden Burries role. You'll probably I don't know. Krivos might be playing himself into a first round pick. I think Karchenkov's going to be back. I think he'd get bad advice if he were to leave to the draft. And Aristode's not going to the draft, but might transfer. Like, someone might throw him. If he's not starting next year, I don't think he's coming back. So, I don't know. We'll see. Big Ten. So, okay. I mean, Michigan's going to roll. Michigan is going to probably play. I mean, right now it's Ohio State, but who knows? Oh, Michigan, Illinois again would be so nice. That'd be so nice. In Chicago, too. So that's like kind of a home game for Illinois, but Michigan's right there, too. So it's not like it's going to be crazy. It's kind of just like who travels. I was at the Big Ten tournament last year when it was in Indianapolis. And what game was I at? I was at Purdue, USC, and it was a Purdue, obviously, it's in Indiana, but it was crazy just how, for a neutral site game, how much of an away game it was for USC, and they almost won, which was crazy. Shout out Desmond Claude. Shout out Wesley Yates. Yvonne could turn into a Pele Larson, but he's better than Pele was when he came to Tucson. Yeah, 100%. I mean, Pele's he was a good player. They both, obviously, Ivan Karchenkov doesn't have the greatest three-point shot right now. Pele didn't either. He developed it a lot. It's crazy looking back at that Arizona team that lost to Clemson. The players that were on that team. It's insane. It's insane, looking back on it. Obviously, Caleb Love, Jaden Bradley, Kylan Boswell, KJ Lewis, Conrad Martinez, Mo Krivos, Henry Vasar, Umar Ballo. How did that team not make the Elite Eight? It's insane. I'm so unexcited to watch the Big Ten Championship. It could be Michigan State, Nebraska, or Purdue. Michigan will win. Yeah, I mean, probably, right? Michigan's just a buzzsaw. But I'm telling you, this LJ Kaysen injury is going to matter a lot more than people think. Do I still think Michigan makes the championship? Do I still think they have a good chance to win it all? Yeah. But Ellie Cadeau has not been too good recently. He hasn't. It's, let's call a spade a spade. His three-point shooting's regressed a little bit. He's turning the ball over. Just not, I think LJ Kaysen was probably better. And now with all these transfers and NIL deals, people get promised to start, all that stuff. So who knows? But yeah, when Elliott's out, Trey McKinney's handling the ball a lot. Yaxel and Merez, I don't know. Michigan, again, they're not bulletproof. As good as these 1 seeds are, gonna be, these 1 seeds are not bulletproof. So, yeah, no, the Big 12 tournament's going to be fire. I mean, Iowa State, they're going to play well. It's in Kansas City. It's in their backyard. It's like probably the only place they can play well besides Hilton Coliseum. BYU will hopefully put on a show. I mean, should I say not BYU? AJ DeVance that will put on a show hopefully. Kansas, hopefully Peterson's playing. Who knows? Baylor obviously lost today. Wow, SMU's killing Syracuse. Some pick by me. Wow, Oregon is so bad. I wonder where Jackson Shellstat ends up next year. That would be because he ain't going back to Oregon, and he's gonna be a hot commodity. Like he's a beast. Keep an eye on him for Arizona. Same with Isaiah Johnson, that kid from Colorado, and Zoom Diallo from Washington. What was I about to do? Big 12. Yeah. Since he won, Kansas State could Kansas State is so bad. They could honestly beat BYU. I like. Do I doubt? I can't. Nah, I shouldn't. BYU wins that game by 1 to 10 points. Argue with a wall. LJ Kaysen was the best backup point guard in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, if people are gonna I said that, and some Michigan fan was like, "You're only saying that now that he's hurt." Like I've been saying that forever, and also like just no, no, that's just not true. Like come on, I don't know. People are just say stuff like that. BYU, Jesus Christ. All right, what else do we got? Who do we like tonight? Santa Clara or Gonzaga? 8.5 points. I'm trying to cook something up really quick. No, just to put a couple bucks on. Colorado, Oklahoma State. That feels like a barn burner. Colorado, they looked good the other day, and Oklahoma State just hasn't looked that good. Who else plays today in the Big Ten? I don't even know. Oh yeah. Yeah, BYU is playing today against Kansas State. I'm gonna throw a few bucks on that game. The audacity of these Michigan fans. Yeah, one of my best friends is a Michigan fan. He went to Michigan, and trust me, I just never hear the end of it. You just won a national championship in football, and now your team is this good in basketball. It's not fair to these other bottom feeder programs. All right, we're gonna take BYU to win by 1 to 10 points tonight. I feel like Gonzaga wins by 1 to 10 points. Like, does that feel good? I don't know. Where even is that game? What time? Oh, I found it. They're favored by 7.5 actually on FanDuel. I just don't think Gonzaga is that good. Do I just take Santa Clara? Is it that simple? Let's see. I want to look at their previous matchup because I'm not sold on Gonzaga. Like with no Brayden Huff, I don't know. When I was watching them the other day, first of all, you can't lose to Portland. All right, let's get that out of the way. I was watching them the other day against St. Mary's. Yes, that game was at St. Mary's. If Gonzaga won that game, I would have won $200. Obviously, they didn't win that game. All right. So they played at Santa Clara. They won by 8. And they played home against Santa Clara, and they won by 12. It's hard to beat a good team 3 times. That's what they say. I don't know. I don't really. This feels like taking Santa Clara in this game feels terrible. That feels horrible. Oh, Could Santa Clara just blow them out? Like, no, right? No. Unless, maybe. What would that be? Ooh, that feels good. I don't hate that. I don't know. All right, what else should we talk about? What conference tournament haven't we talked about? The Big East. We haven't talked about the Big East. Give me Seton Hall, Jersey. Just because I don't think that I don't think UConn's good. I've talked about it. I don't think UConn's good. I don't think St. John's is that good either. And let's have some chaos, right? Let's have some chaos. Give me the Seton Hall Pirates as a bid stealer. 4 bid Big East. That's what we're headed for, all right? Maybe, probably not. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Whatever. What else do we got? One bid stealer for every high major conference. All right. I mean, Big East, just said it. Seton Hall, all day. Yeah, that's probably it. I think I'm going to be there tomorrow, low-key. Because, like, it's like $10 to get into Madison Square Garden for 3 games? Come on. Can't beat that. And, like, Marquette, like, these teams, they're not that good that are playing tomorrow, but there's some excited players. Like, if you haven't watched Nigel James yet on Marquette, check out his highlights. That dude is raw. All right, so that's the Big East. ACC, bid stealer. I'd have to say Florida State, just because if they beat Duke, like we said, like, obviously UNC is shorthanded. Miami's beatable. Virginia's beatable. Florida State's been hot. They look good. So, yeah, Florida State in the ACC. Big 12, Cincinnati. That one's not that exciting, but look, they're not, at this point, they're not making it as an at-large, so I can pick them. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of boring, but Big 10, no one. Because it's just so many teams. Like, there's just, I think it'd be, like, impossible for, like, a team that isn't projected. Wait, what the? Wow. Okay, the WAC is threatening to leave Utah Valley out of their conference tournaments due to a $1 million payment that the school hasn't made yet. They're the number 1 seed in the men's tournament, and they are, they're threatening to leave them out of the tournament, which would be crazy because they're obviously projected to make March Madness, and wow, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, no one, I don't see a bid stealer happening in the Big Ten. If I had to pick someone, I mean, let me pull it up again. I just don't, I mean, the top 1, 2, 3, the top 4, 5, 6, 7, wait. Ooh, wait, are we getting an 8 bid Big Ten? Am I seeing that right? That's it? I thought it was more than that. Yeah, I guess. I mean, or no, 9. We're getting 9. Maybe 10. Okay, so 9 with Iowa, 10 with Indiana. I mean, the obvious answer is Indiana, just because they're like the best team that's not supposed to make the tournament, and their path isn't brutal. So yeah, I guess Indiana. I could see Northwestern winning a couple games they're not supposed to. Obviously, Martinelli's a beast. Okay, so we did Big East, ACC, SEC. Oklahoma. I don't even know what that bracket looks like, but Oklahoma. And I will not be rooting for them at all. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, also Oklahoma's tournament hopes that they beat that other that puts them at 19-15. Yeah, I mean, they don't have they won at Texas the other day, which is huge. They were the last leg of my parlay. I would have won $4,000 if Texas won. Yeah, so that wasn't fun at all. If Indiana makes the final and loses, they're in. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Indiana, they have some work to do, and they also need a little bit of help, but it's possible. And we've seen crazier things happen, right? It's college basketball. Um, I mean, Oklahoma's gonna beat South Carolina, beat A&M, and you're in a position to be in position. Beat whoever you play after A&M, and we're talking, right? I mean, if we're talking about Auburn being in, who's currently 16-15, then look, Kentucky, yeah, dude, Kentucky. I can't even talk about Kentucky. I picked them first in the SEC before the year, and they have let me down. But I don't know. I'm not picking them to do anything in March Madness. They're going to be a very popular pick. I want to see where Lenardi has them because he probably made a new bracketology this morning. Yeah. I mean, what are they going to be, like 8 or 9? That's so brutal. Like people are going to. I mean, if I'm a 1, I can't believe he has Auburn as the last team in. That is, and why is it? I don't know. Indiana's the first team out. Where does he have Kentucky? Am I? There's no way he has them as a 6. Okay, he has them as a 7. Oh my god, that would be so insane. He has them playing Iowa and then playing the winner of UConn Merrimack. Kentucky against UConn. I take it back. If Kentucky plays UConn in the second round, I'm picking Kentucky. Kentucky will probably be favored in that game. Like they will. I think they definitely will. Yeah, Lenardi's. Yeah. I mean, I look a lot at T3 bracketology on Twitter. He's good. JBR bracketology, and then shout out. I think it's Graham Doran bracketology as well. They're all pretty good. Obviously Lenardi, just ESPN, so he's got that ESPN aura to go along with it. Shit. Kentucky UConn second round would be. Let's see with some other second round games. Who would mesh? So Arizona, UCLA, and San Diego would be so foul for Arizona. Not that like they would lose to UCLA, but playing UCLA in California in the second round in a 1-8 matchup is just so dumb. Florida would destroy Utah State. They already lost to TCU, so they're not going to lose to them twice. There's some other fun matchups. Illinois, Miami. Oh my god, Miami, Texas. They're matched up in a 7-10 thing. Those are like 2 of my sleepers. That would be funny if they matched up against each other. What else do we got? Michigan State against NC State in a 2 versus 10 matchup. Why is NC State safely in the tournament? That makes no sense to me. Whatever. The Trey Holloman Bowl? Someone say the Trey Holloman Bowl? Yeah, I would sign up for that. What else do we got? Duke versus Georgia or Ohio State? Yeah, probably not. Michigan versus Clemson or St. Louis? Those matchups would be horrendous. Kansas versus Michigan would be fun as a 1-4. Right now they have Arkansas Tech. I mean, Duke and Arkansas played already. It's like that type of game is all gonna depend on Gungba. Like if Gungba's not playing, Duke is so like they could easily lose 100%. No Caleb Foster, I think they're fine. Honestly, maybe I'm just a hater. Oh, what do we got? I don't want UCLA again. That's a nightmare. Yeah, I mean, it's also just like that's a rivalry. Arizona UCLA, like that's an old school rivalry. Like, you don't want to play UCLA. You want to play St. Louis. You want to play Ohio State. You don't want to play UCLA again. That reminds me a bit of like what was it? I forget what year. Or no, that was 2021, 2022 when Mathurin. That Arizona team also shouldn't have been a 1 seed. Like they were good, they should have been a 1 seed, but Houston should not have been a 4 seed. They were like one of the top teams in KenPom that year. Whatever. When Mathurin yammed it on Eddie Lampkin. Like, that was a tough 1 versus 8 matchup, or 1 versus 9. I think TCU beat Seton Hall in the 8-9 matchup, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. My memory's good, but it's not that good, so I might be wrong. But yeah. Yeah, having them 18 is kind of, honestly, that's very impressive. I had them way higher. I think I had them like top 5, maybe. I mean, I definitely I had them finishing 1 in the ACC. So yeah, they were seeded 5. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were ranked so high in KenPom and they were so underseeded. Like, I remember actually, I watched that game at my buddy's house. That was a brutal game. I mean, Houston, I'm pretty sure, shot it great from 3. But Arizona's, Matherin couldn't get going. I think Kirk Crease had some bad turnovers. But yeah, just a really horrendous draw. Houston, closed as, favorites in that game, which is insane. Yeah, that it. What are you gonna do, right? That Arizona team was sweet though. What was it? Koloko, Matherin, Dalen Terry, Kirk Crease, Pele, Umar. Oh, it's coming back to me. Azuolas Tubelis was a non-factor, right? He was absolutely brutal in that game, and most of that tournament, he was just very soft. I think Justin Kier. Can't believe I just pulled that name out. I barely remember him. Damn, yeah. I mean, forgot how good that team was. I was at the game when what's the next year? 22, 23? Yeah, I was at the next year. What time is it? 6:30. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for today. I will definitely, like I said, I'm on spring break right now, so I'll be streaming a lot this week and next week during the tournament. Yeah. I don't know. I just I remember that game very, very vividly because of just how insane that matchup was. But yeah. Okay, yeah. I will be back. I'll stream tomorrow. Or it depends. It could be late, but I'm planning on going to the Big East tournament. I'll definitely be streaming Thursday and Friday, and then next week we're going to be streaming a lot and making a ton of videos. So keep an eye out for that. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Give me some video ideas too for March Madness. I'm definitely going to obviously do my bracket reveal. We're going to go through some upsets to look out for. I'm going to give my top 10 teams in March Madness. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.